What's going on, mi gente? Many of y'all asked for me to react to Peru's game to Germany this weekend. As many of y'all know, I'm Peruvian, so it's only right I do this for my national team as well. La Bicolor fell to Diamond-Shaft 2-0, and honestly, it could have been a lot more, especially after that horrific first half the South Americans had. Peru's first 10 to 15 minutes weren't all bad, though. They pressured very well, not letting Germany settle into the match. The problem with that is that it'll never last. That type of play takes a lot of conditioning to be able to execute a whole half, let alone a whole game. As for Germany, they started gaining more and more possession. They were able to get into Peru's area very easily through all the sides. It should have been worse if it wasn't for Pedro Galese, to be honest with you. The line of five that Juan Reynoso started with was a disaster and left a lot more questions than answers. For example, how can having more defenders leave Fulkrug that free, making runs in behind all of them so freely? It was not executed well at all. Second half came changes and Peru got a lot better. Gianluca Lapadula once again has shown how important he is to Los Incas. The problem with that is that once again, there is no one after him. I'm sorry, Ruiz, but once again, this system doesn't suit you, and Peru won't get the best out of you. Anyways, there was more creativity and Peru finally made it into their opponent's half, but there definitely was a playmaker missing. Someone like Cristian Cueva, who I'm sure will be back for more important matches like the qualifiers, but let's be honest, him being back at Alianza, I'm not a fan of either. My biggest disappointment is that there was all this talk about Reynoso making changes and bringing new blood onto the team. The truth, to me at least, is that the team is much of the same. Sure, he's trying out different playing variations, but so far, no luck with any of them. He's called up a couple of new players, and yet the age of the squad remains one of the highest in South America. To me, that's a problem. On top of the fact that he hasn't really given them much playing time. And lastly, the team still have the same problems. Set pieces. Now, I don't want to say it's all his fault because the players have to take a blame here too. Some are not even playing with their clubs, and that's just not enough. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Football is about moments. I want the best informed players on the national team. So I want the players that are on the national team already to either do better or find a club where you can play regularly. And no, I don't mean go back to Peru. Sorry, but the league, our league, is not great at all. As for the youngsters, step it up. That's simple. Do better. Be more hungry. Aspire to more. Arriba Peru. Siempre.